the organization. Gaming officials say these rules have caused bingo gaming revenue to fall from $103.5 million in 2010 to $78.5 million last year. Supporters of the amendment say if they could advertise more, it could help with the drop in revenue and the shortage of volunteers.
Right now, Missouri has the 49th lowest gas tax in the country, but that could change today. The question comes in the form of Proposition D on your ballot. That wants to raise the tax to 27 cents a gallon over 4 years. Money from that tax would then help fund the Missouri State Highway Patrol and help pay for Missouri's infrastructure, which is the 7th largest system of roads and bridges in the entire country.
So if you live anywhere in this blue area, here's the river right here, you see one question on the Missouri ballot that could impact your property taxes. It has to do with the Kansas City Library. For the first time in 22 years, they're asking for a levy increase. That means people would pay an extra 8 cents for every $100 of the property's assessed value. The library board says if that's passed, they estimate it'll bring in about $2.8 million a year. It would be used for things like branch repairs, digital tools, and future books.
So if you've got more questions about any of these issues we just talked about, we know there are lots of things to consider. Go to our website, kshb.com/politics. We have in-depth explanations of each of those propositions and ballots that we just discussed. Lots there for you to look at before you go to vote.
And we will be here for you tonight. Tonight, 41 Action News will be streaming live election coverage on several sites. Starting at 8, you can catch us on Apple TV, Roku, YouTube, KSHB.com. We'll bring you the latest results on key ballot issues, as well as reactions and results from both sides, Missouri and Kansas. Linz.
All right, thank you, Linz. We increase our chance for some showers later this afternoon and early this evening between 2 and 3 p.m. and continuing through your evening drive. Something that may impact you later on today, so put that umbrella in the backseat of your car in case you need it. We'll have full details on that powercast, the future radar who has the best chance to see the rain, and our snow potential. It's all coming up.
Let's head down to the downtown loop. Eastbound lanes, your headlights, your taillights, your westbound lanes. Westbound lanes slowing down just a little bit. We're getting about 35 miles per hour through that area as we get closer to that rush hour time period. More people are out there voting as well. Taking a look in Lee Summit, 50 highway at Chipman. Things looking good out here. Seeing the sun rising a little bit. Eastbound lanes nice and quiet. Westbound lanes a little bit busier out there this morning. We will have your traffic all morning long. Make sure to check back before you head out the door.
Black Friday is back at Nebraska Furniture Mart, and we're starting with a blockbuster Black Friday sneak peek.
Mind-blowing savings on what you want.
For giving.
A Dyson vacuum for $379.
For your home.
A 5-piece dining set for $279.
For yourself.
A Samsung 4K QLED TV for $997.
With 24-month financing.
Store-wide.
Welcome real savings.
Welcome to Black Friday.
The Black Friday sneak peek, now at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Free shipping on online purchases $49 or more.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back on this election day. And at 6:39, you're looking live downtown Kansas City. It's a beautiful but chilly morning. Our temperatures continue to drop into the middle and upper 30s outside, so thicker coats a must. And if you look to our night sky or the early morning sky, east-southeast, look at the moon there in the distance. Venus is also out in the early morning sky. It's pretty hard to see here in our camera, but there is a little star, that's I guess the planet that's lit up just underneath the moon. So something to look for this morning as you head out. Grab that thicker coats. We're at 39 degrees driving into work with a lot of sunshine or the clear conditions. But heading home, quite a different scenario. We're at 47 degrees with showers possible really for those along I-70, arriving around 2 or 3 p.m. and then tapering off in the evening hours between 6 or 7 p.m. That's when I anticipate the wet roads to potentially impact you heading home from work and also maybe at the polls, so be sure you have your umbrella, guys.
Right, Lindsay, thank you. 6:40 this morning. If voting works up an appetite for you, here's some food for thought.
Yeah, today some restaurants offering up a few deals with proof that you actually cast your ballot today. Potbelly Sandwich Shop giving away free cookies to voters today and tomorrow. Oh, man. Plus, Shake Shack giving away free fries to voters with any purchase. All you have to do is show that I voted sticker or redeem with the code I voted in the chain's Shack app.
Oh, Oh my. Planning on sacrificing lunchtime to go vote? Spin Pizza has got you covered. Long lines expected. The local chain plans to serve slices to people waiting to cast their ballot. Starting at 12:30, workers from all 10 locations will be at nearby voting sites across Kansas City.
People looking at their voting sites
we near
going,
a Spin?
am I near a Spin Pizza?
Right.
I need to know. An historic election day across the U.S. We have you covered before you head to the polls, too.
And the candidates you'll see on ballots on both sides of the state line coming up.
Yeah, voting already underway in Missouri. Coming up, we'll take you inside a polling place to show you what you can expect as you go to cast your ballot today.
Well, it's here. Polls now open in the midterm elections in Missouri, and we're about 16 minutes away from opening in Kansas.
The campaigning, the ads, the debates, they all come down to today's vote. We have you covered before you go to the polls.
Yeah, we have team coverage following the elections on both sides of the state line. 41 Action News reporter Charlie Keegan in Missouri this morning. Polls have been open for 45 minutes almost this morning.
We have Ray Daniel in Kansas, where again, polls open in just about 15 minutes.
But before we get to both of them, let's check out the roads with Jade, because that's always a question of how long is it going to take me to get to vote? Is there any problem with me getting there?
Exactly.
Any problems this morning?
On the interstates and highways, we're looking really good. Unfortunately, where you see the main slowdowns, right, are on some of the side streets. I know yesterday around the Johnson County Elections Office, we had a long line of cars that were lined up to get in. So that might still be the case. But on our interstates and highways, we're looking good. Still pretty clear out there this morning. So we are seeing maybe a little bit more traffic out there. Taking a live look at I-35 at US 69. This is in Johnson County, Kansas. Southbound lanes are your tail lights. Your northbound lanes are headlights. No problems out there this morning for you. Taking a look then in the Grandview Triangle. Southbound lanes of 435 to westbound I-435. That's where we still have construction there. And that is still a little bit slow on that ramp due to that construction. We just have that one lane still open out there as they continue that 435 construction. Wide view of our map shows a couple of symbols out there. That crash in on the Johnson County-Wyandotte County line, that's clear. No problems there. We're really green all the way through. No major issues. Look at that, 63 miles per hour on I-70, 69 miles per hour on I-35 in Johnson County. So no major issues if you are heading out to the polls right now.
Good to hear, Jay. Thank you so much. It is 6:45, and we're just getting a little hint of some daylight outside. It is a beautiful view on our KB Complete Skyview network. Just a little chilly as soon as you step out the door, so thicker coats a must this morning. We are now at 38 at KCI, but it is feeling like 31 degrees with that wind chill due to a breeze out of the west at 9 miles per hour. The official sunrise today at 6:52, and the sun goes down at 5:12. 41 degrees current temperature downtown. We're at 39 now in Warrensburg, 37 in Bethany, 36 in Lawrence. So many of us already experiencing the 30s outside due to the clear conditions on our satellite and radar composite. However, that will change as our next fast-moving disturbance gets a little closer to us. Right now across central Kansas, and will continue to track to the northeast. In fact, we'll arrive in Kansas City in the form of clouds first, and then a better chance for rain coming in the late afternoon, arriving around 2 to 3 p.m. and continuing into the evening hours. Our high temperatures today will eventually get into the upper 40s, nearing 50 degrees. And once the rain arrives, our temperatures will begin to fall rather quickly. In fact, by 5 o'clock, we're at 45 degrees. And by 7 o'clock this evening, when our polls close, we're already down into the low 40s. So let's time it out here on our PowerCast. First, we're noticing those clouds building in from southwest to northeast. At 1:45, still noticing a lot of clear and dry conditions, Chillicothe, Princeton, and Maryville, with the rain just sneaking into areas like Topeka, Lawrence, into Ottawa, and then parts of southwestern Johnson County. The rain will continue to spread to the east along the I-70 corridor through about 3 and 5 p.m., noticing the bulk of the rain on this model just south of the city. So the south side of the metro has a better chance of picking up some of that moderate rain, just a few sprinkles possible in the Northland and North Kansas City. By 8 p.m. this evening, the bulk of the rain well off to our east. It'll dissipate, skies will clear, and that will lead to a very chilly Wednesday. Highs are only in the middle 40s tomorrow, and then the upper 30s expected on Thursday, with snow looking more likely. Here's what we're talking about with that wintry potential on Thursday. First off, it'll arrive with that rain-snow mix due to our temperatures just above the freezing point. But after sunset All that precipitation will transition to all snow, leaving a dusting to potentially 2 inches of accumulating snow out there on Thursday evening into Thursday night. The question is, will it stick on the roads and make it for an icy commute Friday morning? We'll have to watch that closely, iron out those details by the end of the week. Moral of the story, it gets cold.
Lindsay, thank you. It's been almost an hour since the polls in Missouri opened up on this election day. Kansas polling spots not far behind. Those open up in 12 minutes at 7 o'clock.
We are counting down,
Yep.
right? Missouri polling places already seeing long lines, too.
That's right. 41 Action News reporter Charlie Keegan joins us live from Warnell Road Baptist Church this morning. They had hundreds of people when the polls opened. Charlie, last time we checked in with you, there were people outside standing in line before the sun even came up.
Right, and those people have gone in. There's still a line, though, out of this room and through the door, as far as we know. Take a look here. They've got 2 lines going now, handing out ballots to folks as they come in here ready to vote. I mean, it is busy in here. There's no denying that as you take a look at all these people waiting to get their ballots and cast their vote early this morning, trying to beat that rush by coming here early. And look at them now here, kind of stuck in the thick of it. Now, I was in this exact same building, this polling location for our August primaries, and I'll tell you, it was not this busy at the very beginning of the day then. So we're already seeing a huge increase in turnout as it is toward the beginning of turnout compared to that primary day. But I want to tell you that the Kansas City Board of Elections expects about 55% of voters to come out, which is kind of an increase, almost on par with the voters' turnout that they had in the 2016 presidential election. So they're on pace for that right now. It looks like they're making progress. Now, it is a long ballot, as you see some people filling out their ballots behind me, a long ballot, so they want to make sure that you are familiar with your ballot before you get out here, and you can check any sample ballots online so you know what to expect as you get down here and cast your vote. Reporting live in Kansas City, Missouri, I'm Charlie Keegan, 41 Action News Today.
Good. If you need to, you can bring your kiddos.
You saw them in the background, sure.
Watch democracy in action,
right.
Well, the biggest race on the Missouri ballot, the Senate race between Claire McCaskill and Josh Hawley.
Yeah, today's race will decide largely which political party controls Congress. This race is a big part of that decision. Because of this, the candidates have been campaigning around the clock.
Oh, yeah. Senator Claire McCaskill stopped in Kansas City last night at her final campaign event.
She has traveled across the state for months now, hosting town halls, rallies. Last night she spoke about how proud she was about this campaign.
I love campaigning, and I love, I think I like it a lot more than Josh Hawley. Josh Hawley has not stepped foot, I don't think, in more than half the counties in this state. I don't think he is, likes hugging strangers as much as I do. I know he hasn't put in the hours we've put in, and I'm really proud of the work ethic of this campaign.
Today, Senator McCaskill will be in St. Louis. That's where she will watch the results of your vote tonight.
And Josh Hawley stayed busy yesterday with campaign stops really all over the state, including one in Blue Springs.
Yeah, he got some help in his final rally from President Donald Trump in Cape Girardeau yesterday.
In a speech, he reminded voters of the importance of today's vote.
This is the time, the hour that we have been waiting for, we have been working for, we have been planning for, that we've been sweating for all of these many months. It's here now.
Hawley will watch the election results tonight in Springfield, Missouri.
On the other side of the state line, another tight race. This one will decide the next governor of Kansas.
Ariel Rothfield has more on the candidates' last day of campaigning and how they're feeling about today.
Yeah.
Good morning. The candidates for governor will await the results in Topeka and Olathe tonight. But before voters cast their ballot, they all spent time talking on Monday with voters across the state, hoping to earn their vote.
It's hard to find any daylight between Greg Orman's position and Laura Kelly's position on most issues. You know, go down the list. I'm the only pro-life candidate. They're both pro-choice. I'm the only pro-gun candidate. They're both for greater gun control.
It's all been about getting out the vote. You know, I mean, we've pretty much done everything else we could do to ensure victory. What counts the most right now is making sure that we get people to the polls and that they vote and ensure that we come out on the right side.
I think we're appealing to voters across the political spectrum. Independents clearly are gravitating to our campaign, but I think we're getting Republicans and Democrats and lots of folks across Kansas excited about our vision for how we move the state forward.
Whoever is elected, there are plenty of challenges facing the new governor, including school finance, rural population decline, and tariffs affecting farmers. Reporting in the newsroom, Ariel Rothfield, 41 Action News.
And today there's also a congressional seat up for grabs in Kansas.
Newcomer Sharice Davis trying to unseat Kevin Yoder to represent the 3rd District.
41 Action News reporter Kat Reed has more from both those candidates.
Congressman Kevin Yoder is fighting to keep his seat in Congress. It's expected to be a tight race tonight. On Monday, both candidates made their final push for votes. Congressman Kevin Yoder served ice cream and talked with voters at Melly's Ice Cream in Prairie Village. He says he has a lot of momentum.
I think voters know that I've worked very hard in this district and work hard to build great schools.
Ray, last time we checked, you weren't seeing anybody yet, but that was about 40 minutes ago. Changes? Are you people getting ready to vote?
Taylor, slowly but surely there are more folks coming, but let me tell you, there aren't any long lines that we're seeing. The folks are either waiting in their cars or they're actually inside of the center just waiting for those polls to open in about 5 minutes or so. Now, there will be 1,800 voting machines that will be out at the 195 locations today. Now, there was issue with voting machines, more specifically a software glitch that caused delays back in August primaries in Johnson County. Election commissioners say they don't expect to have issues with the machines this time around.
We've had 13 days of advance voting and no problems whatsoever with the voting machines. And I've done some unofficial exit interviews of the voters here. Say, how do you like those new machines? That's my standard question. And the answer is always some variation of, great, piece of cake, wonderful, good. I like the fact that I can see my vote on the paper.
Again, we're here at the Arts and Heritage Center. No long lines that we're seeing, but cars are slowly starting to make their way here as polls open up in just a few minutes. Live in Johnson County, Ray Daniel, 41 Action News Today.
Ray, thank you for results in both Kansas and Missouri. We've got you covered with live team coverage tonight starting at 8 o'clock. You can catch us on the 41 Action News app, on Roku, on Amazon Fire Television, Apple TV, YouTube, all of it there. People are already voting. Somebody posted this morning, I saw that they were clapping when the first people in line came out from voting. People in line.
We want to see what your polling place looks like. So far, from what we know, Missouri, we've seen lines. Kansas, not open yet. But they were lined up before they opened in Missouri. We haven't seen lines.
So send them to us on social media. Look for our, you can email us. You can look on our Facebook page. We'd love to see what you're seeing.
Yeah, and how's it going to be for all that waiting?
Well, luckily this morning we'll just need a couple
just
layers.
Cold. Yeah.
It's chilly out there. Temperatures are well down into the 30s at the moment. We'll eventually top out near 50 degrees this afternoon. Clouds will move in, and we do have a 50% chance for those showers out there, especially for those along I-70. That includes downtown Kansas City is when we could pick up on some rain between 2 and 3 p.m. and then tapering off by the evening hours. 31, that low temperature tonight. It gets really chilly on Wednesday, setting the stage up for that cold air for snow to move in on Thursday. It'll begin as a rain-snow mix. You can see that high temperature above freezing. But once when we drop below 32 around sunset, it'll transition to all snow Thursday evening, Thursday night.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
That's wild to think about this time of year.
Friday,
2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Yeah, Friday morning will be interesting.
Yeah. We'll have to watch that closely.
We'll see. It's every time it's different. All right, we do have a minor accident out there. Westbound lanes of I-70 just past 18th Street Expressway. This is in KCK. No major issues caused by that. I-35 slowing down a little bit on the southbound lanes of 16th Street. On the Missouri side, really we're looking pretty good still out there. No major problems that we're seeing out there this morning on the roadways.
Gorgeous sunrise we're going to leave you with today.
Look
Stunning.
at that.
Ooh,
Happy Election Day. That's right. Good luck.
Black Friday.